Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Color Me Bad Lynn, back with an amazingly gorgeous share of three extremely gorgeous, sexy, sensuous fragrances just in time for spring. Some of them are, one of them is unisex, maybe all of them could be unisex. High-end seductive fragrances. If you're interested to find out what three fragrances I'm coming on to share today, please continue to watch. Alright, so again, welcome back to my channel. It is again your girl Color Me Bad Lynn. If this is your very first time ever meeting me, welcome. We are glad to have you. Mainly we talk about fragrances on our channel, the fragrances that are in my collection, those that are on my wish list, so on and so forth. All things beauty. In most of the states that we live in here, it has started to kind of give us that tricky weather. The allergies are starting to kind of act up a little bit for the last 2 weeks or so. Weather is starting to warm up a little bit, and things of that nature. And so with that, it is time to kind of start gravitating towards those fragrances that we wear in the spring and summer months. If I look super excited, I really am. I love warm weather, and I'm really, really excited to come on and share these absolutely gorgeous fragrances. They are from the design house of Tom Ford. They are absolutely gorgeous, and I thought that I would come on and share three of them today. I didn't place them in any order of how much I like one or the other. I just wanted to come on and chat it up. I also, before we get started, want to welcome my new subscribers. I see that I've got some new ones, so welcome. We are super, super glad to have you. Thank you, and welcome to Color Me Bad Nation. Okay, so let's get into it. The first fragrance I want to share with you guys is one scent that I absolutely adore. This particular scent is actually a unisex fragrance. So anybody that wants to wear this absolutely can. And even if it's not labeled as unisex, anyone can still wear whatever fragrances they absolutely want to. You buy it, you wear it. There are some men fragrances that I swear by. This is the packaging here. Let me bring it in just a little bit closer so you can kind of see that. I've noticed on a lot of my recordings that sometimes you can't see the packaging on some of my fragrances, so I apologize for that, and it could be because of the lighting that I have, special effects. But here is the bottle here. This is Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford. I have a little bit of this on today because I like playing around in my fragrances and kind of seeing what I think about them. I will share with this that this takes an acquired taste because it is heavy on the neroli. I would say that this really does lean towards a masculine scent, but it's still unisex, and it's when you spray this out, it gives you springtime. Springtime in Paris, springtime in America, springtime in Japan, springtime, warm weather, beautiful. If you're not a fan of the roller, you're not going to like this. But this is a perfect for springtime. It's a beautiful transitional fragrance, perfect for date nights. It's nice enough where you can actually wear this. You can actually wear this fragrance to work, and you can wear it for date night. Both of them will work the same. So yeah, you can definitely make this your transitional springtime fragrance. Okay, so Neroli Portofino by Tom Ford is a citrus aromatic fragrance for women and men. So anyone who wants to wear this absolutely can enjoy this gorgeous fragrance. I happen to be like an extreme fan of Neroli. This is one of the most beautiful neroli fragrances that I have in my collection. If your significant other and or sweetheart enjoys the fragrance of neroli, make sure you get the larger bottles of this fragrance because you guys will definitely be battling it out on who it belongs to. Again, it's a citrus aromatic fragrance for women and men. Neroli Portofino was launched way back in 2011, so this isn't a new fragrance, but I had to come on and share this. The notes behind this fragrance is Rodrigo Flores Roux. Your top notes are bergamot, mandarin orange, lemon, bitter orange, lavender, rosemary, and myrtle. So if you're not a fan of citrus, you're not going to care for this at all. It's loaded with citruses. Your middle notes are what I love to call your heart notes, or African orange flower, neroli, lots of neroli, a lot of white florals in this one. Pittosporum. You've also got a base note of amber, which is a great anchor, ambrette, which is musk mallow, and then angelica. So this is a heavy on your florals. It is absolutely heavy on the citrus, extremely sexy and sensuous. This kind of puts me in the mind frame of another fragrance in my collection that is like a third of the cost, that smells absolutely exact to this. I'm going to come on and share that fragrance with you guys and kind of give you the note rundown on each fragrance and which one I like better. But so much similar to that fragrance. But this is just a class act. Perfect for springtime. If you love neroli, I highly recommend that you get your nose on this. Or if you know someone who has this particular fragrance in their collection, that you have them to send you a decant or a sample. You know what I always say when I have a fragrance in my collection that I absolutely adore and or love, and I highly recommend you adding this to your collection. This again is Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. Get you some. Okay, so how am I doing so far? Springtime is near. So the next fragrance up on the list is another banger. Absolutely gorgeous, super, super sexy and sensuous. These are the types of fragrances that you don't need to combine them with anything. You don't have to wrap them up with a different fragrance. They stand alone. They speak for themselves. These are perfect for a date night. If you are hanging out with your significant other and you want to wear something really smooth and sexy and sophisticated, this is the fragrance for you. This one is called White Suede. And I don't know if I've shared with you before, and I have. But if you've seen any of my other videos where I have shared with you that I love a suede and a leather note in my fragrances, suede in a bottle. Okay, let me bring it in close so you can actually see. And I have to do a little bit better with making sure you guys can actually see the writing on the bottle. So I thought I would get a better, closer camera shot so you could actually see, because I've noticed on some of them you can barely see the names of the aromatics that I'm sharing with you guys, and that's okay if I were to list them in the description box, but I'm so terrible with that. So okay, so let's spray a little bit on. I don't have this one on today, but I just want to spray with it. So like I said, when you want to just smell good and you want to impress your boo thing, you know what I mean, and you just want to wear that good, I mean, just knock the socks off of them. If they wear socks, you know what I'm talking about. Let me share a little bit about what's in this one, just in case you don't have this one in your collection and you haven't smelled this one. Perfect. When I tell you perfect for springtime, you can really wear this anytime you're around, because this is a good winter scent as well. At least it is for me. White Suede by Tom Ford is a floral, woody musk fragrance for women. Anybody who wants to wear this can, because I could definitely smell a gentleman rocking this. But it is geared more towards a female, but you could wear, anybody could wear this one. It's so sexy. Most of Tom Ford's fragrances, in my opinion, you know, anybody can wear them, because I love effing fabulous. So you know what I'm saying? So it just depends on your particular taste. This was launched back in 2009, so this one has been around for a while. Your top notes are thyme and tea. So if you love a tea note in your fragrances like I do, perfect. Okay, perfect. Beautiful herbal note that comes out at the jump. Now, whether or not those particular notes are going to lay and come alive for you on your skin depends on your body chemistry. So you'll have to play around with your fragrance and find out exactly what this turns into. I love this one because it always smells totally different on me. Like from the first time I sampled this, walking through the stores trying to see if I liked it, up until this point, I really, really enjoy the fragrance and the way it smells. Your middle notes, or what you call your hard notes, will be a lily of the valley, which I love a lily of the valley note in my fragrances. Most of my springtime and summer fragrances have lily of the valley in them. Saffron, which is a violet flower, and rose. You know that I'm on a lifelong journey to find the most beautiful rose fragrances. Rose is done so beautifully in this fragrance, so beautifully. Your base notes is what you're supposed to smell once this fragrance calms all the way down, which it never really calms down. It just smooths out for you, mellows out, and gives you those base notes depending on your body chemistry. Your base notes are suede, musk, sandalwood, oil banum, and amber. So beautiful anchor. And that for me is what makes this a unisex fragrance, because it has a very, very firm base to it that levels the playing ground for whoever wants to wear this bad girl or bad boy. That's how you have to pose and take your selfies when you wear this next one. You know, don't be shy. Okay, so the last one I want to share today is, okay, let's do it. Let's go for it. This one is called Soleil Blanc. I'm just going to share with you what's in this fragrance, and if you haven't smelled it before, you're going to get out there and get yourself some and play around with it and see what you think about it. I'm going to take it out backwards from the box. Let's see if I can slide it out this way. I don't even want to touch the top of it. Okay, so this is your bottle. Okay. And I believe these are 3.4. These are 3.4 100 milliliter bottles. Okay. It's your standard Tom Ford look. You know, some of his bottles are a little bit different, depending, you know, like your Black Orchid and fragrances like that. Some are different, but this is your standard. Okay. Soleil Blanc. Perfect for springtime. I'm going to say it because we grown. Sex in a bottle. So good, you guys. Be careful. Red light alert. I promise you. Telling you right now, I wouldn't tell. Color me not going to tell you nothing wrong. I'm telling you, this is a turn. This will turn anybody in. I'm telling you. If you got teenagers and stuff, don't be walking around the house spraying this. Then you be wondering why they disappeared for 2 hours. Talking about, I'll be right back. Aphrodisiac. Soleil Blanc by Tom Ford is an amber floral fragrance for men and women. Can you imagine you and your partner both having this on together? Tell me right now. You gotta be careful. Be careful. I'm telling you, this is an aphrodisiac. I wouldn't lie to you. I tell you, I know these things. That's my subject of expertise. We'll talk about that later. It's an aphrodisiac. It is an amber floral fragrance for women and men. Soleil Blanc was launched in 2016, so it hasn't been around that long, but it has a name for itself. Trust me. This particular fragrance's top notes are pistachio, depending on where you're from, bergamot, cardamom, and pink pepper. And we're back. Alright, so let's go over the notes again, or start over from what the notes were with this particular fragrance. I have shared on many occasions prior to this one that I love a nut note in my fragrances, whether it's almond, pistachio, peanut, walnut, cashew, you name it. I love it. I even have a couple of frags that smell like PB&J or have the peanut butter kind of note in them, right? This one has pistachio. So smooth. It has bergamot, again, cardamom, and pink pepper. Normally with me and pink pepper, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship, because sometimes pink pepper is done right, sometimes it's not. And this is gorgeous. You barely can detect it, and I love that. Your middle notes in this particular fragrance is tuberose, what I love to call your heart notes. It's tuberose, ylang ylang. You got more white floral. In the base notes is what kind of gives it a little bit of this milky lactonic note to this, and that is coconut. You got amber, you got tonka bean, and you also have benzoin at the very base of this. And that is kind of what gives this its unisex vibe. It's a really, really clean scent, but then it's lactonic at the same time. This is a beautiful, beautiful scent. Now, if you like almond, but you're not too keen on like your bitter nuts, this has a bitter almond note to it. So you're gonna get that and wonder like what in this fragrance kind of has a bitter note to it. It has pistachio and almond in it, and the almond note in this is very bitter. You've got Egyptian white florals in this. Your pistachio and bergamot are at the top of this that really give it its sensuality in the fragrance. And then at the very, very base of this, you get that coconut. And it's not, you know, coconut is not always a really prominent note, but it is what gives you your creaminess, your smoothness, your sexiness. It's just good, y'all. So if you don't have this one in your collection, I highly recommend adding Soleil Blanc to your collection. I'm super excited to play around with this spring. It smells so good. Hopefully I'll get a chance to wear it somewhere. Not to work though. This is a little bit much for work. I mean, you can if you want to, but this for me is, you know, date night, special occasions, or if I just want to feel good about myself and just spray on a little something with a new pair of pajamas. Perfect for warmer weather. Perfect for springtime. I'd love to hear from you and find out what your favorite springtime fragrances are, or the ones that you plan on playing around with this spring and summertime. Make sure you comment down below, and we'll be back on in a couple days or so and share more springtime fragrances. I'm super excited. I love warmer weather. Can you tell? This is your girl, Color Me Bad Lynn, saying thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate all of your love and your support. I'm not sure if you can hear my background music in the back, but I will make sure I share a picture of the cover of the particular album and artist that is playing. It is Eric Bellinger, so I'll make sure that I share this particular album cover. And the name of the song is, if you can hear it, it's called So Good. Peace.